Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to this episode of ATS Showcases, and today I am checking out the construction cargo mod that is available on the Steam Workshop. It's very popular right now, and I will have the link for that down in the description below. It offers a few different options in terms of the cargoes you can find within the cargo market, and today we're using the Cargo Mix 1 technically, or Construction Cargo Mix 1, and to haul this cargo today we are driving this Kenworth W900 along with a Load King drop deck aluminum trailer from here in Lufkin, and we're heading up to just outside of Dallas. Not too long of a delivery, but a good one indeed. Let's go ahead and get on the road and get talking. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. I guess I should also say get driving. Not only just get talking, but get driving indeed. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their weekend or have enjoyed their weekend, depending on when this video may find you, and hopefully it gets out in some half decent time. You never know with well, good old YouTube sometimes, but we're not going to get into that. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed their holiday weekend, at least for us in North America and maybe some other places around the world. I don't actually know 100%. For all my fellow Canadians, happy Canada Day, and for all of my American friends, happy Independence Day weekend as well. Celebrating, I guess, 4th of July weekend, I guess, was this past weekend. Because 4th of July, I believe, is midweek this coming week. So I guess it depends on when you're celebrating that. But hopefully everyone has enjoyed their weekend nonetheless. And yeah, we're up here in Lufkin. And I decided, you know what, back in Texas, why not? We've been doing a lot over here, but for a very good reason. It is an amazing DLC. I really do like it. And you know what? Hauling this cool cargo mod for once. To be honest, I believe this is actually my very first showcase where I'm doing a showcase with a cargo mod, which is very cool. Of course, I've done trailers and different trucks and sounds and all that good stuff, but in terms of actual cargo, I don't believe I've actually hauled a cargo mod before, so that's actually quite neat indeed. But nonetheless, you can get this mod, and along with a few other cargo mods that are all very, very good by this mod author, which the name is ellipsing my mind right now, so I do apologize on that one. But amazing cargo mods, plenty of options as well. There's a few different configurations, as I kind of hinted at in the intro there. This is cargo configuration number 1. There is another mixed configuration, which is technically number 2. I believe you can just haul the case skid steers and those little plastic bulk liquid container jug things as well, and they're around on the cargo market generally from construction sites, which of course that kind of does make some sense, but overall fantastic mod, and highly do recommend checking out those cargo mods. It just adds a little bit of diversity there within the game, and as far as I know, they will appear with the AI as well, which is very neat. That's something I did kind of pick out from the mod description, unless if I'm interpreting that incorrectly. Overall though, highly recommend the mod. Something different today as well. That's the wrong camera view. There we go. Get your buttons in line there, Prime. Yeah, no, very cool cargo mod indeed, and highly recommend checking the different versions out. I will be definitely doing that because, of course, I found this construction version, but there's some really cool other ones as well that you can take. So I think I'll be doing that in the future, and doing some more of these different cargo mods as well, not just focusing on the trucks and trailers, although they are very good. Kind of shaking it up a little bit here with the ATS showcases. So let's talk a little bit more about what's coming up here for ATS, because we have had some more recent news, in particular about Oklahoma. Of course, it is getting very, very close, and it does seem like it's pretty much confirmed at this point that 1.48 is the precursor update for the Oklahoma DLC, which is very exciting. But in terms of the Oklahoma DLC, well, what was the other blog post? That was on Tulsa. As far as I know, I'm spelling that, or I'm saying that correct, hopefully. No one has corrected me yet, so I guess I'm going on the right path there. But Tulsa, very good city indeed. Nice information about that, and kind of what the city will be about, some of the different industries that will be there, and I think we'll be visiting it quite a bit. I believe Tulsa and Oklahoma City are going to be kind of the main ones, in my opinion, that we'll be focusing on in Oklahoma, albeit there are some other cities that are great as well, but overall just very excited for Oklahoma and to see what the cities are like, well, I guess I say in person, virtual in person, to actually be able to drive it ourselves and kind of see what the routes are like. Going off the great gameplay video there, very, very nice gameplay indeed. I like the landscape of Oklahoma. Details great as well. Again, not trying to, hype it up too much because you never know. But I'm just saying, very, very nice DLC from what I can tell. Quality is always there. It's just a matter of, it's kind of up in for a little bit of interpretation there, and really down to personal preference on how much you're actually going to drive in Oklahoma. Now, I've seen plenty of comments, and there's been some very very accurate conversation there. And hopefully, I'm taking this exit. Yes, I am. Very full reasoned comments saying, like Oklahoma may be more of a drive-through state eventually. And to be honest, aren't most of the DLCs probably going to be drive-through states, especially when we start getting to some of the other areas? It's the way it is. Everyone's going to have their personal preference on where they want to drive. Some people may want to stick within a few DLCs. Some people may want to venture out and go from there and, certain regions within the US state. As the game expands, that's going to be more natural. I mean, you see that over in ETS 2 all the time. There are some preferred areas, generally the newer stuff. That's going to happen in ATS as well, like it or not. Everyone is going to have different areas, but those comments, and for either side, for the sake of, oh no, it'll be perfectly fine, everyone will drive through it, yada yada, versus the people who are like, well, no, I'll just drive through it, maybe take a rest stop in there and call it a day. Both of them are very much accurate and completely correct. It's just based on player preference. But kind of talking more about the current game of ATS, and I'm on 1.48 beta, if you couldn't have tell or didn't know already, if you haven't seen some of my more recent videos. And for all those who are new around here, hello, and welcome to the Prime Timer community. But I'm on 1.48 open beta, and something that I have noticed a lot more frequently is the signage around the areas. Now, I should say, I've been doing a lot more in Texas, but even still, there are still plenty of new signage around the map that I am finding, and I find that very interesting, and very cool too. I shouldn't just say interesting in a more negative context. It is definitely very good, actually. Of course, there is some more real-life signage as well, some actually true advertisement, which is interesting in its own sense, and that will be where I use interesting a little bit more, well, direct. But in terms of the other in-game companies and the advertising around there, it feels a lot more lively. Actually, prepping for this delivery, I was driving along one of the main interstates, and it just felt so realistic because I came through a more densely populated area, and there were just signs lining the sides of the highway, different billboards, and a few of the, as far as I could notice, the rotating ones as well. Very, very neat indeed. Just a lot more life to the area, and contrasting to, original ATS map of, where we are with Southern California right now, where it hasn't been reworked quite yet. That is kind of the comparison where I'm making, just to see how far in, the past 7 years is it now, that American Truck Simulator has been out in the world. It is pretty incredible to see the improvement in terms of map design and overall, quality, let's just put it that way, of the game. And the fact that all these updates, albeit, the new DLCs you do have to purchase, in terms of the graphics qualities and the lighting, all that good stuff that has kind of come into the game over the past number of years, were all free to current owners of the game, just within standard updates, which is all very, very nice to see. And that seems to be a trend that will be continuing forward in the future. And I think a lot of us are really hoping that this potential engine revamp, in-game engine revamp, and for those who don't know, I'll do just a quick tangent here. The SES Software produces their own engine for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2, so they have full control on that. And man, I am walking the center line here a little bit today in my W900. Haven't driven the truck for some time here, so do apologize for some of the different lines I may take in a lane. But let's go ahead and make a right here, get back on the highway. But no, oh, that's not the correct right. Oh, there we go, invisible barrier. Nice. Right at it again. Oh, come on, Freightliner, give me some space there, but I'm going back. Come on, give me some space. You can do it. You gonna go backwards? Hello? Maybe not? Am I gonna have to... AI, gotta love it. No courtesy in this joint. Okay, well, I guess we're going this way. Let's see. Full lock left. I guess I could have followed the sign. The big Dallas and Houston sign would have been a fantastic move on my part. Oh, gotta love it. Classic Prime moment. Right back at it again, if I can actually speak. I have been quite busy, and I do apologize. I was back on a bit more of a schedule in terms of uploading, and then things got away from me here. And of course, the holiday weekend, of course, I was taking some time to kind of, well, have a holiday weekend, which was nice as much as I could. But you know what? It's the way it is. I'm happy that I'm able to be doing this again and go from there. Well, what was I saying? Something along the lines of, well, obviously lane drifting. There was also, side tangent, engine. There we go. Prime. I got the loop back. Here we go. Little replay moment in my brain here for the last 5 minutes. Anyways, in-game engine, they produce it on their own, and so they have full control. This engine really hasn't been touched in terms of a revamp in many, many years. And so teased, I believe, a year or so ago, STS Software mentioned that they are working on a revamp of the engine, or a new version that will be updated to their games, which should allow for a greater headroom in terms of quality, mainly whole new anti-aliasing, and just in terms of performance, that's where the biggest thing will come into play, and kind of unlock a new level of realism that they can move forward to down the line, which is going to be very, very neat, and something that a lot of us are excited for, just because of, well, let's face it, anti-aliasing isn't maybe the greatest strength of American Truck Simulator, and unless if you have a computer that can handle the in-game scaling, which is basically the way to get around it. And for those who have lower scaled or lower spec PC, this is actually a trick that I did. Turn off anti-aliasing and try and push the in-game scaling as high as you can while the gameplay is still bearable. Mainly if you are fortunate enough to have a display that does 60 FPS. If you can manage to get your game pretty much locked at 60 FPS or somewhere around there, then it's going to be a very nice experience for you. And if you can play around with your in-game scaling, obviously don't take it try not to take it anything less than 100% in terms of the scaling, because then you are essentially downscaling what the actual game content should be for your screen, and then blowing it back up again on your screen. So you're going to notice some artifacting and weird stuff like that. But if you can, try and push the scaling, go from like 100% to 125, 150. Work your way up and see how that goes in terms of performance. Basically, depending on what your resolution is. As far as I know, at 1080p, 400% scaling is like if you'd be playing the game at 4K, and then that kind of just progresses as you go up, and there is a maximum essentially based on resolution there. Was I supposed to exit there? It feels like I should have exited. Oh, I really should have exited. Oh no, these Texas interchanges are brutal, dude. Oh man. Well, here we go again. Alright, finally back on track. My word, was that a detour and a half, going all the way up and around to the next exit and back down here. And don't know if I'll keep that in the video, just because that was quite monotonous there. I don't know if I'll buzz or time-lapse in it or not, but it was just kind of boring highway driving, let's face it. So I'll probably just end up cutting that out. You didn't miss anything there, but besides that detour, I mean, American Truck Simulator, we've got a lot to look forward to here. That's kind of that's the easiest way for me to explain it without being so long-winded. And yeah, it's Oklahoma DLC. Unless if, obviously, recording this video, the most recent news I have is based off of Toulouse. Maybe there's been something new since then. Don't really know. Hopefully there is. Obviously, we'd like to know more and more about the DLC, but only time will tell on that front. But I am very excited to be able to get my hands on Oklahoma whenever it does release, and go from there. Got lots of content planned, that is for sure, and I can't wait to be making that very soon. I will say right now, huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. We recently crossed 3,000 subscribers. Incredible. channel's growing so quickly. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means the world to me, and there's a bunch of new opportunities I never thought I'd be able to do, and things I'm going to be doing and releasing to you guys very soon that I never thought I'd be able to do, which is very, very neat indeed. And it's only because of your support that I'm able to do these things, and I do appreciate it a lot. Now I need to figure out where I'm parking. Oh, right in here. So I've still got to go around right by the tower crane, which is kind of interesting. Or right by, not tower crane, it just remote, or the mobile crane there. Let's see. This is going to be an interesting reverse, I won't lie, considering I am driving a W900. Notorious for questionable turning ability and maneuverability, but let's see what I can do here. It's got to be able to turn in while giving myself space over here. I'm going too far, so I'm gonna have to readjust already. Beautiful, but I'd rather be able to adjust more and not crash into something, which would be fantastic. So let's see, get it cutting in a lot earlier, and I'm gonna have to be a lot more aggressive on it, I think. Come out more this way, and I'm gonna have to start following it eventually. Something maybe in there, probably. Maybe caught it just a little too late. Maybe I should have committed the first time. But now that I'm here, I can, because there is a truck. Oh, never mind. I think I hit the truck. Oh, well, let's just get out of here before that guy gets really mad at me, even though that, it looks like a Raptor F-150 had a weird horn on it, may I say. Not very happy, which is understandable. I just scraped up against his truck, but you know what? We're just gonna ignore that one, and let's see what we can do here. I can't see, classic W900 problem. Can't see past, or when you look out the window because of the massive exhaust stack there. I don't even know if I'm very straight at this point. Well, it's accepting us. I can't see when I go to extra. Oh, there we go. Spin around. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not half bad. So let's go ahead and put the parking brake on here, turn off the truck, and thank you guys so much for watching. What a delivery. Great truck. Of course, great mod as well. Nice to do something different with these cargo mods, and I highly recommend it once again. Honestly, this is something that personally, I feel should be an American Truck Simulator already. We have a bunch of construction equipment already. Why not do some combination deliveries? Because this is so incredibly realistic. It just kind of feels that it should be in ATS already. But saying that, great mod. Not going to take away from that, and I do highly recommend it as well. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.